welcome to my kitchen. So I'm going to do a few YouTube videos, and I have my family helping me out. I'm not actually holding the camera, and I thought it might be interesting to explain some of the cooking I do. So I'm a vegetarian. I've been a vegetarian, that's embarrassing, for I don't know, what's 55 minus 17, because I became a vegetarian at 17 and I'm 55, so I've been a vegetarian for a really long time. And I'm kind of vegan, but I eat eggs, partially because I have a lot of dietary restrictions. So I eat eggs because at some point I have to eat something. So, but some of the cooking I'll do will include eggs and some won't. And also I can't eat gluten, so I'm gluten-free. So I thought there might be other people out there who are either interested in gluten-free cooking and baking and partially vegan, maybe because they need to because of their own dietary problems, or maybe just because they're interested. So I thought I'd show you some of the stuff that I do. Now, I'm not a dietitian, I'm not an expert, I'm not a cordon bleu chef, but what I do is good. So some of what I'm sharing with you, you can check out online and see if the information makes sense. You can try it and see if it makes sense for you. So I'm not posing as an expert, but I'm just posing as someone who loves to cook and who has found ways of cooking things that I can actually digest, which is always a challenge. So I have a few health problems. Some of you might share those health problems. So I have fibromyalgia, which actually affects my stomach. So it's kind of like hitting a moving target. Some days I can eat this and some days I can't, but I actually have to be really careful about what I eat. I can't handle gluten. That has nothing to do with fibromyalgia, it just has to do with my weird system. And I can't eat meat and meat products, and I can have a bit of dairy, some dairy products, but it has to be fermented, preferably goat milk. So I do have some dairy products, but I thought I'd start by making cookies. You know, and cookies are not the staff of life, but they taste really good. And sometimes it's just nice to have a little something. So make chocolate chip cookies. These are gluten-free. So they're gluten-free and vegan, so they're dairy-free and they're egg-free. And they have sugar, so we're not going to pretend that they're health foods, but they taste nice. So we'll start with that. And eventually, you know, I might make other videos. I'd like to make a video how I make cornbread and maybe how I make some cakes. And again, none of this is the staff of life, but it's important. It's nice, you know, on someone's birthday, it's nice to have something sweet. I don't eat sweets every day. I'm not saying we should eat sweets every day. So once, I must admit, these people who are here, my family, were supposed to come over, and I made them cookies. I made them, they were cinnamon cookies with jam. I made these cinnamon cookies with jam in them, and they were really good. And then they never came for some reason, because you know how, you know, something came up, and then I ate them all by myself. So when they finally shut out, there were no cookies left. But I mean, it took a few days. But so I try not to eat things every day. But you know, it's nice to have cookies now and again. So I thought I'd show you how I make them. And you know, if you have any questions, if you ask me them, you know how you can scroll down and ask questions, I will try and answer. So let's give this a shot. That's my introduction to the whole thing. I guess this will play several times. And like I say, we'll start this out. Eventually, I'd like to show you how I make mayonnaise. I mean, there's all sorts of things that I could show you. And if you have any particular questions about some of this gluten-free stuff, the flour that I use or whatever, then, you know, we can start making videos about that. So why don't we start? I'll bring you into my kitchen. I'd like to say, you know, my kitchen, I like it. It's my kitchen. But it's not like a fancy kitchen. Like many of us, you know, some of us have the home of our dreams. This is not the home of my dreams. I love it because I love the community. I live in a co-op and I love the people around me, and have like one of my best friends there, two of my best friends just down the stairs, another best friend just like one door over. So I love living here. But, you know, the house is just a make-do house. You know, I moved in, it was a galley kitchen, and so it's not like a super-duper kitchen. But that's the reality for most of us, eh? We have a kitchen and we make do with what we have. You know, we can afford the rent in this place, so we make do with what we have. And so you'll see my kitchen, it's not, you know, you're supposed to have the super triangle where you have your fridge and your stove and your workspace, and it's a triangle so you can easily move from one to the next. I have a galley kitchen. There's no triangle. It's a galley. I mean, there used to be a wall here. It was this tiny little thing. I took the wall down. A friend of mine, her father took the wall down so I can get some sunlight. There's no sunlight today, but anyway. So you'll see my kitchen. It's a make-do kitchen like most of us. So hopefully that'll encourage some of you to realize, I don't have the kitchen run beans, but you know what? I can still cook really good food. So let's try that. Another thing I'd like to point out is I was hit by a car. I got schmucked by a car. So sometimes I forget words and I have to look for them, and that's just the way it is. And I'm not going to apologize. That's the reality. And bright lights really hurt my eyes. So if we need to turn on a light for the sake of the camera, we'll do that. But generally, I work in a sort of semi-darkness so that my head doesn't hurt too much. Today's a bit of a harder day because there's no sunlight. Sunlight, for some reason, doesn't cause me any problems at all. Well, actually, it does. On a really bright day, I have to wear a big hat. So anyway, this is why there's no bright lights and why sometimes I'll forget words. But, be patient with me. The food will be good, and I still think that some of what I have to share with you might be helpful.
Dans la cuisine de ces